Mortgage originators, Allregs wants to help you make more money now. Learn how with Todd Duncan's proven sales strategies available in the Mortgage Mastery Club, available through Allregs. Click the banner down below or on your right to get started now.
Aha there, not Baaack tricked you. TBWS was heavily regulated by the CFPB like the mortgage industry. I, for one, would be in jail right now for trickery, but they're not, so consider yourself bait and switch.
Aha, but do you know who else is heavily regulated by the CFPB besides us? Credit card companies, and now the credit bureaus. As I'm sure you guys have already seen, the CFPB announced its first public enforcement action this week by ordering Capital One to refund $140 million to roughly 2 million of its customers for what it was calling deceptive marketing tactics.
And a $25 million fine.
Also, last week, the CFPB announced that they will now be supervising credit bureaus.
And you know, I gotta be honest on this one. I found myself actually rooting for the CFPB for a second when I saw them picking on someone else. But then I quickly snapped out of it and I was like, wait, these are the same guys that are blindly regulating our industry, which got me wondering, is this how the general public views the CFPB's regulation of our industry? I mean, are people actually rooting for them when it comes to cleaning up the industry? Well, the answer is sadly yes. They just don't know what they don't know. They figure that the CFPB was formed by the government and they're designed to protect them, so they figure they're doing a bang-up job, never really knowing the truth of the matter. Anyways, that's my random thought for the day. Let's get started. So last week we were on breaking the news about Wells Fargo telling brokers to get to stepping. Fast forward a week later and Wells Fargo's come out and said it will continue to purchase brokered loans through its correspondent channel, which apparently has cheered up the National Association of Mortgage Brokers.
Yeah, NAM released this statement. NAM does recognize and appreciates Wells Fargo's strong support of mortgage brokers in the past and in the future. Wells Fargo is going to continue to do mortgages, only each loan will now go through the correspondent channel and not directly from the broker.
So there you go. The big question is, will Wells Fargo follow B of A in the future and close their correspondent channel? I highly doubt that, but I also said that about B of A, so you never know. Good news, housing starts and completions in June were up quite a bit from last year, up 7.2%, and it sounds like most of the growth, well, it was over here on the West Coast, so East Coast, take that.
Yeah, and I'm guessing this good news led to some other good news as builder confidence rose to its highest level in 6 years.
Yeah, but you know, I don't put a whole lot of emphasis on that report, though. It can't hurt that builders aren't depressed anymore, but really, the HMI report rose 35 points in July to the highest level it's been since March 2007. Great, rose 35. What the heck does that even mean?
Well, young fella, it means this. The HMI is derived from a monthly survey NAHB conducts among its home builder members. The survey asks for perceptions of current single-family home sales and builder expectations for sales over the upcoming 6 months, and asks for them to rate them as good, fair, or poor, and to rate traffic or prospective buyers as high to very high, average, low to very low. The answers to each component question is used to create a seasonally adjusted index where any number over 50 indicates that more builders view conditions as good than view them as poor. The component gauging current sales conditions rose 6 points to 37, and the measurement of buyer traffic was up 6 points to 29. The component indicating sales expectations for the next 6 months soared 11 points to 44.
Well, thank you very much, Cliff Clavin. I mean, by your Cliff Clavin-esque definition, current sales are sitting at a 37 and expected sales are rated at a 44?
Yep.
But you said any number over 50 indicates the majority of builders view conditions as good versus poor, right?
Yep.
You know both those numbers are below 50, right?
Yep.
So what's the big deal?
Hey, all they're saying is that builder confidence rose to its highest levels in 6 years. That's it.
Yeah, but by definition, the majority of builders still view both current sales and expected sales as poor.
Yep.
Oh God, now I just hate this report even more.
Yeah, well, you want to know how your region scored? The Northeast was rated at 36, while the Midwest came in at 34. Dirty South registered 32, and the Wild Wild West is the leader at 44.
Great, I guess. I think. They're all still below 50. You know, some crazy ass bean counter just made up this stupid report. Whatever. Hey, before we leave, here's an interesting slide from the Breakthrough Conference last week in Vegas. It's a basic graph that tells a very interesting story that most of us already know, and if you're on your marketing, you probably have already used something like this. If you haven't, I would suggest that you do. Take a look.
Again, it's a basic home price comparison from 2003 to now. Prices have obviously dropped down to pre-2003 levels, but the one big difference is interest rates are much, much lower, meaning you could buy the same house at a 10-year-old price and save over $300 a month in interest.
Now again, this isn't the end-all be-all in marketing, and you may have already used something like this. Great. But if you haven't, and you'd like to make it your own, we have recreated the slide down below for you all. All you need to do is add your name and your logo and use it as you wish.
Facebook it, email it, print it, I don't know, just get the word out.
And yes, we know it's a very basic comparison, and yes, we left out APR, but guess what? We're TBWS. We're not TBWS lending. So feel free to make it your own. You can deify it up as much as you want. You can add MI, you can change the numbers around. I don't care. Just get the word out and add it to your marketing if you haven't done so already.
The entire thing is editable, if that's a word, so feel free to change it around and make it your own.
Just don't get too crazy. We tend to get overcomplicated in our marketing message, so stick to the point. It's cheaper to buy now versus then. Period. And oh, as Frank always says, guys, hold on. Subscribe over here. Okay, subscribe there. Forward here. And if you like our show, you can subscribe right over there. And by the way, guys, video marketing doesn't always have to be a show like Frank and Brian's. It can be, like a spoof. We've done a couple of spoofs. This one's called Things Realtors and LOs Wish They Could Say But Can't. Check it out. It's pretty funny. By the way, guys, as Frank always says, and Brian,
Think big, work small.
see you guys.